Yo, it's the NOC, the Nerds of Color, and we are back with another NOC Exclusive. I am Kuya P, aka Patrick Michael Strange, and I am joined by the beautiful yet savage Miss Maki. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm really excited to be here. Excited to be doing this again. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. And today we got a special guest. You see him on the screen. He is one of my favorite music video directors. He's been in the game for a long time. He recently dropped that fire video with Ariana Grande, 34 and 35. And he also dropped one of my favorite videos of the year, a collab with DJ Khaled, Drake, Pop Star with Justin Bieber. Those visuals were super dope, super fly, hint, super fly. Just amazing. Welcome, Director X. What's good? Man, hype, man, because you a beast, man. And as a filmmaker myself, I'm inspired by your visuals. So to talk to another director cat is just, it's always major for me. So
thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Very happy to have you, man. Thank you. Before we get into it with you and what we brought you on for, I am going to throw it to the special collab that you did with All Elite Wrestling, AEW, right here. Check this out. Director X plus AEW equals fire. Boundless. Here we go.
I'm transgender, a person of color. Kind of make me the underdog a little bit.
I had a lot of doors slammed in my face.
They wouldn't let me be a wrestler. Who are these guys? They're never gonna make it.
This wasn't supposed to work.
Let's be honest, you weren't supposed to be here.
You lose.
We don't try to fit some cookie cutter mold.
Cookie cutter images.
We are the outcasts.
And we all have different styles.
We could be the wrestlers that we want to be.
We have our own stories. We make our own characters.
And so that's what makes us so different. That's what makes us elite.
You people want to see it? Let me hear it!
We were told no one's ever going to have another successful wrestling company. It's been more than 20 years. It's never going to happen.
When you're told these things so many times, you kind of start to believe them.
The system is broken, and it was time for a revolution.
We were opposed instantly by a juggernaut with a 40-year head start in pro wrestling.
This going to be something special.
We told all of our friends, hey, we're doing this new project and we want you to come with us.
A wrestling show by wrestlers for wrestling fans.
This is a first.
It's all I've ever wanted to do.
I grew up dreaming of being a pro wrestler. I needed pro wrestling like I needed air.
You show that you can do whatever you want to do.
I get to walk out and hear myself being announced as Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Two worlds that don't belong together whatsoever, but I made them go together.
It's boundless. Anything can happen at any time.
We're boundless in our ability to grow. We're boundless in our talent.
We're living literally our best lives, and we just got started. If that's year one, what does the rest of it look like?
If you don't believe in yourself, why would anybody believe in you?
Boom, there you go. AEW Boundless, Director X. We have him here right now. Yo, Maki, what you think about that?
Yo, that chills, literally chills, just like the whole aesthetic, just like all of it. Like my personal favorite part, the super kick with the Young Bucks, with all the money, it's amazing. It really gives a different kind of feel to pro wrestling.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's, what we've talked about this before with Nyla and everything. Miss Nyla Rose, the native beast from DC, who is in there. You saw her. She was getting it in. Just the fire that AEW is, the love for the just people in general of various walks of life and communities. And I know that's what my man X is about with his fella campaign or his fella production. Yo, X, how did this come together, my man?
I mean, TNT reached out to my team and we started talking about it and really looking into what the AEW is. I'd fallen out of the wrestling thing around the Ultimate Warrior days. I grew up in the Hulk Hogan's and the Andre the Giant. As a kid, I enjoyed it. And then, and it was really like the Young Bucks say, I grew up in an age when wrestling was like body slams or, jumping off the top rope. And that was it. And I didn't know it had become what they had turned it into. So when I went and saw one of their matches, I was just like, these motherfuckers are crazy.
They're violent. Them tag team joints, the Bucks that they just go in and out, just crazy. Just like your visuals. It's crazy. That's why when I saw the merge of you getting down with them, it was a perfect combo because you bring the hype with what you do in the videos, man. And then with AEW, and it's like I'm like you. I was an old head. I'm an old head myself. You know, with the old WWF days before they put the E in there.
Exactly. You know? I didn't know when it became WWE. I'm like, what's happening? I know. The only WW I know is WWF.
True. So like. Man, so how you got together, you started putting it on wax, man. Just can you talk about just some of those what was the first piece that you get together? Who was the first kind of cats you met when you started?
Actually, the Young Bucks was a great way to start it off with a really cool, iconic setup, and as well a starter, they started this shit, so it's only right that we started with them. So it was a great way to start the conversation off.
Dope.
And get that together. I mean, there's a lot of footage. I don't know what they have in mind, but they could make a much longer piece out of everything we shot.
And, yo, you just that's what's going to be my next question, because that's what I want to know. So from what I see, it looks like, we had the initial teaser that dropped like a couple days ago, and then we had this 2-minute clip that came out that we just threw up for everybody to see. What is going on? So is it just strictly an ad campaign, or are we going to see like some more pieces throughout, some more of the AEW programming, or are we going to get a documentary?
I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of footage, bro.
Okay.
A lot of footage.
Yeah.
A lot.
How did you decide on just like the styling and the different aesthetic? How much of it was you versus their input on it?
Well, actually, one of the guys on my team is a big wrestling fan. Like when he was in college, he threw wrestling matches. He was a manager character in one of these amateur or indie wrestling leagues, and then wrestled as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he knows a lot of the people. Like, when we went to the show, he's like, "Oh, Stu, you're here!" Like, so he really loves this shit. He loves this shit, and really had a lot of input about who's what and the characters and what they're doing and all that kind of stuff. So he really helped me build these scenes together.
And did you find in that process at all, did you find that did you learn anything, or was there any kind of like adjustment that you think you had to make to your style to maybe accommodate what was going on?
No, filmmaking is filmmaking. So there's, and I've been doing it a long time. I mean, you'd have to wake up pretty early. Only God can curveball me. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was really great, man. I mean, it was inspiring being around these guys. Already the athletic, especially the pro athlete, but the athlete mindset is really something that we all find inspiring. That's where our culture works, and for good reason. There's something about single-minded focus and dedication and believing in yourself, and you know what I'm saying. And these guys really have that in spades. I mean, it's inspiring when you're LeBron James and you're just naturally blessed and gifted and big and strong. You know what I'm saying? That mindset you can really light you up. But for people that have to overcome, right, a world that's saying, nah, don't even bother. Nice hobby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For them to bring that mindset to do what has to be done to yourself physically to be in there, but as well mentally to not give up and really have this fight. And really, when the whole world, like, they didn't have an example. There's no example that they had to say, okay, this is doable. Now it's a new generation. If you're a little kid, you know what I mean, saying, I love to wrestle, but I'm 5 foot something and I'm, skinny. Well, maybe there's a lane if you put in that work, because they can look at the A&W to do that. They didn't have that. Yeah. So even our crew, we're all in there, like, all getting, inspired by these stories because it's real. And I mean, look, I come from that. I come from Canada. I come from Toronto, and before me, there wasn't no one over in the States, black, none of that in the game. And so I was a bit of that for my city. But even still, within the game, there's like, oh, you do music videos, so we can't. Movies must be ahead of you. Oh, TV must be out of your reach. Oh, commercials must be out of your reach. You know what I'm saying? Like coming from, I always come from on the art side. I've always come from, like, I liked comic books when I was growing up. So when I tried to go to an art school, they're like, oh, comics. We do real art. I like graffiti. I like hip hop. I like graffiti. They're like, oh, graffiti. Well, we do real painting. I do music videos. Oh, well, we do real filmmaking. You know what I'm saying? Like it was always some shit. And then the little sprinkle of subconscious and blatant racism, you know what I mean? Where, you know, oh, you do that. Well, you can't do it. It's just just can't do this. So I relate to the AEW. I think we all relate, especially us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We know what that is.
Yeah.
So,
yo,
that's it.
Man, so many things that that I've lived through that we all live through as POCs.
Yeah,
trying to come up in this, man. Yeah, it's real shit, real talk.
Yeah, man. So I mean, it's good to underdog. We also love our underdog stories, and here we have an entire fucking underdog success story.
So so you had the Young Bucks, and you got to know them. So you linked it with them because they were like some of the founders, along with Brandy and Cody. Was it set up like, okay, we're gonna have you with these cats, and like, or did you get to know them before you met up with them?
No, I met most everybody. Like I met Cody like the night of the match, and I met little walk by when I was walking around.
Word.
But for the most part, the day on set was the day to get to know them, which was good as an interviewer. I like the freshness of that.
Okay. Yo, go ahead, Maki. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, were there any kind of like wrestlers or gimmicks that like stuck out to you in particular? Were there any that you saw and you were just like, yo, this is wild, this is crazy?
Oh, on the day of the match, the whole damn thing. I was jumping up and craziness. I mean, look, if I was just gonna do one of the stunts they do, if the amount of the grips and the thing and the medical and the thing, we prep it and it'll take me half a day to a day. Those stunts are so crazy. Meanwhile, that's just the first minute of the match. You know what I'm saying? Like, them guys are on another level.
Yeah. Them cats like Private Party, you saw them wrestle them. They go back and forth, jump in. They're like, what do you would call them? High flyers, right, Maki? They just all over the place. So, and then you have them just kind of in the. It looked like there was at a party in the spot in the commercial joint, but I couldn't even imagine filming all of that.
The aftermath. Yeah, I didn't shoot the match. I'd love to get in there and do my style on what they do one day.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Our girl from here, we're in DC, by the way, Director X. So we rep DC hard. We had Nyla on. How was the Native Beast from Washington, DC, getting up on top of that car and filming her kind of crashing down, and just amazing how her story and what she's done to become just the amazing Titanic force that she is.
That's what I'm saying, man.
About Nyla?
Yeah, Nyla's great. Real cool, real smart. They all know how to turn it on when it's time to turn it on. Everyone's a pro. So, it was a great shoot with everyone. But her story is really, like, here we are. We're really in the new world.
Dope. So, as you said, there was a lot of footage. So we saw the clip. We see the little piece that was put together. So, you said there's a lot of footage. Are you going back and forth? Are there more conversations with them?
I hope so. I mean, the main focus has been to get this done and out, right?
Okay.
Hit deadlines. But I hope they're going to do more. I mean, they could. There's a lot of possibilities. We shot a lot.
So it's shot. They just got to edit everything together and deliver it. Okay, man. So because we're hungry, man. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I was literally like looking at that. Like, is there more? Is there a documentary? Like, I need more of that.
Yeah. You have us salivating, brother. Like all the things you do, man.
Well, keep on saying it. Y'all tweets demand more. You know what I mean? See what they put together for y'all.
We gonna make that happen. So let's talk about your story a little bit. I've kind of I peeped the Complex interview where they had a little game, which I thought was super dope to have like them do your interview with a video game. And then how you kind of, you were, talking to Hype, Hype, put me on. And that's another one of my favorite director cats. Just making it in Toronto. And you already kind of talked about this. You were into comics. Actually, you know what? Since you brought it up, let's do that nerd check, Maki.
Let's go.
Nerd check.
Let's go.
Yo, so I know you on this. So if you had to give a TED talk about any nerd kind of like type thing, like what is the thing? What the nerd-ish that you gravitate towards when you just chilling, when you ain't doing your videos, you just want to relax? And if somebody was like, yo, let's talk about this, who could you go to town with? In a TED Talk style on like whatever, like, is it comic books? Is it sci-fi?
I could do some comic books. I could do early anime, foundational anime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could do a whole TED Talk about the influence of Ninja Scroll on Hollywood.
Yo, yes. Is there any of that product like that you want to maybe translate in the future to the big screen?
I mean, they've already fucking ripped it apart. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing left. Now what you can do, and even still, the level of imagination of that early anime, right? And the guts of that, and the artistic integrity. That's hand-drawn cell animation. And, spoiler alert, like when the man's back opens up, when the shirt opens up and the man has a beehive in his back, it's like, all right, forget it. They're like, forget it. These guys aren't playing fair. Like they're on another level. Blood, The Last Vampire, the original. And some of that shit is so foundational. You got to go back when you tell people about it. You go, no, you can't just search this because the original movie is so popular that they made a bunch of bullshit after it. So you got to go find the original shit, and that's the real deep dive shit to go unveil. You know what I mean? But those early days of anime are really foundational to Hollywood. The influence that they've had on movies and culture, people really don't understand what that is. And then the other one would be the Dark Knight Returns.
Okay, so you're a big Frank Miller cat.
Those are the early Frank Miller days are really big, but Dark Knight Returns was such a massive influence.
I was about to say,
they keep on going back to it, ripping it apart. I could do a whole thing about Zack Snyder but what happened with the DC universe and how I saw it coming. I saw it coming from 300. You know what I'm saying? You know that man. You know that man makes a comment. You're at a homie. He says that one little thing that makes you go. You know what I'm saying? Who's your boy? Who's your man? Who's this guy? You know what I'm saying? I knew from 300 when they added the Leonidas's wife slept with the senator.
Yeah.
To happen, and that's not in the comic.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would you? That's a weird thing to add. You know what I'm saying? And then when I was out from Watchmen.
Oh, you didn't feel Watchmen at all?
He changed the ending of the Watchmen.
True. The ending, he switched up the ending, but I thought the visuals was pretty on point, though.
Visually, you can't talk to him. Let me tell you. Here's the two sides. Visually, you can't breathe near Zack Snyder. You know what I'm saying? Him and the camera is gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
But just because you're great with a camera doesn't mean you get to change the ending of the Watchmen.
I got you.
Like that's blasphemous. That's like at the pearly gates. Like Zach, okay, great. So great guy, good father. Whoa. Says here you change the ending of the Watchmen. Just hold on. Just sit over there. Just 1 second. I gotta talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So like that's not a little thing to do. And it fucked. And you can see it. That shit don't make no sense. And that's when I was like, oh no, we're in dangerous water. Then he had someone. Listen, I respect him as a director, as a visualist, but he had Superman snap a neck.
Yup.
This is blasphemous. This is blasphemous behavior. This is deep misunderstanding. If I was an executive and you said, okay, so then Superman's fighting the bad guy and then he snaps the neck, I'd say you're fired.
Yo, I love it.
Right now.
Tell it, bro.
Leave. You're fired.
Why aren't you directing comic book movies?
I'm saying.
I mean, you got to refer back. You got to refer back to our earlier conversation, baby.
Yeah.
If things were a little different, things would be a little different. You know what I mean?
For sure.
The white video directors got all kinds of chances.
Bruh.
The way we looked into this camera.
The white video directors.
That's why we are the nerds of color. We gonna tell the truth.
We're heavily campaigning.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
That is the truth.
You know,
the opportunities that were put in front of us, there weren't. It's just not the same with the type of work that's going on. So it is what, like I'm saying, it is what it is. But I'm saying, bro, real nerd shit. I mean, can we get about Star Wars? We can talk about what they've done to Star Wars, like when these non-nerds slip in there and they think it's easy.
Yeah.
They think it's easy and they think they get it, and then they think they're going to fix it for us. Oh. You know what this needs? No one wants it. I mean, there's a lot of people at the pearly gates who are going to get a pause. Like, so.
Hey.
Whoa. So JJ, you did the return of Luke, Leia, and Han and never put them in a scene together?
Woo-hoo!
Just go sit there for a second. We're gonna. You're coming in. We just gotta hold on for a minute. Gotta talk to somebody.
That's bro. Blasphemous. Give it to him. Hey,
truth, bro. It's the truth. How do you do that?
I would assume so. You are early as a director, you know, with creating amazing visuals. So, who are some of the cast? So, I'm assuming were you like an early image comic head because you had like the greatest visual, you know, artists at Marvel forming their own joint. Like
the people who really had an influence on me visually. First, I thought I was going to draw comics. So, Walt Simonson when he was doing X Factor, Mark Silvestri and Dan Green when they were doing X-Men. John Byrne was a big She-Hulk, and when he was doing Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum, I can't remember the artist, but you remember the original Arkham Asylum, completely painted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Change comic books. Of course, Frank Miller was a big influence. Then later on, Travis Charest is...
That French cat.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was Canadian or something. Either way, he's...
Something like that, yeah.
Hype and I remember one time Hype and I were sitting around looking at his work. We're like, what's it like just to be the best? You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be the best. I was like, if this man is a normal guy on top of it, I'm so angry. He better like spread peanut butter on his toes before he draws or something. I need you to be super weird to have this kind of talent. You can't be talented and normal. But there's a lot of amazing artists. And now in the age of Instagram, so many amazing artists that you see. All these different skill sets. It's really great. I have a whole file of just art that I go through. I mean, I'm a visual. I'm coming through visuals and nerdism, but comic books somehow taught me story. So I've always understood story.
Same.
And how important that is to how. I mean, can we talk about Star Wars? Can we talk about?
Oh yeah, man, we can talk about all of that, man. Like, when I storyboard as a director too, I gotta pull out my comic ish.
Yeah, you know? Like basically, like come on now. We spent the whole movie looking for the map to Skywalker, and then in the third act, we go and burn the castle down. That's just not good storytelling. If, you know what I'm saying? If it's a pirate movie and we're looking for the map, then you get the map. You go to the treasure. And imagine this, just easy. I'm gonna give you some easy fixes on Star Wars. The Star Wars I have in my head.
Okay.
The opening scene, that old man isn't an old man anymore. He's Luke's last surviving student. Right? So they're hiding out, and that's why he knows where Luke is. Okay. Even on their fuckery of what they made. But I'm working off their thing. So Poe's getting the information from that guy, and then the bad guys show up. So imagine this. A J.J. Abrams directed lightsaber battle between Kylo Ren, Luke Skywalker's traitor student, versus Luke Skywalker's last surviving, you know, and you even have to think of it now, they're also Ken and Ryu. They were best friends in the school. And this is 5 minutes into Star Wars 30 years later, crazy J.J. Abrams directed lightsaber battle between two fully trained Jedis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh my God, people lost their mind. And as they're doing it, they give you exposition. Yeah. That's why I never trusted you. And you know what I'm saying? You get little tidbits of what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? People would have lost their minds. They just would have ripped up the theater. They would have just torn the chairs out of the fucking just the whole you can see it. The whole theater would have gone nuts. Yeah. So then allow them what they did. But let them have their whole adventure. Oh, another key. So as the bad guys are running around and the stormtroopers are running around trying to find this Jedi, a guy kicks in the door on Poe and them, and the Jedi says, "You don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. You want to join the Resistance. I want to join the Resistance. You don't want to be a stormtrooper anymore. I don't want to be a stormtrooper anymore." And that's Finn.
Yo. Okay.
Right?
I'm about to, right? Man, my biggest thing is how they fucked up.
That make no damn sense.
And
make no sense.
Like, yeah, like they did doo-doo with the POC characters in the joint. Like,
and
you set it all up, and then you did
even the logic of it. Like, why? Just because you nah, son. Jedi mind trick him, and then now you have a whole new world. Like, because we've never established after working this shit go. So he Jedi mind tricks him, and that becomes Finn. He becomes who's going to help. Then the movie goes down. They go meet. So they get the map to find Luke. Instead of destroying the new Death Star, they go to Luke. So they find, and they all do it together. Han, Leia, see the gang. The gang goes with the new kids. They land on some planet. The bad guys found out. They're on the way. We don't have a lot of time. They go find Luke. Luke, we need your help. Bad guys, you know, all that. He's like, yo, I'm out. I don't do that no more. I haven't touched my life. I'm out that life. Sorry you all came this way to waste your time, but if I get involved, they'll just make it worse. So I'm not doing none of that.
Yo, Hollywood. Disney. Yo,
right?
Yo.
But hear me now. So Han and them walk away, and they bump into Kylo Ren. You know, there's laser beams and fight. You know, the fight has begun, right? And Leia, Han, and Kylo all meet up, and they have that thing. And Kylo has not taken off his mask yet in this version. So they appeal to him, take it off. Take off the mask. And the first time he takes off the mask is when they're begging him. Like, come, you know what I'm saying? We know there's good in you still. Come back to us. And he takes off the mask, and we see him, and Luke feels something. So he starts walking in the direction. And he gets there just in time to see Kylo Ren kill his best friend. Darth Vader's son sees his best friend get murdered by his nephew. He goes, he starts just crushing stormtroopers in their fucking armor. He's just like pop cans. He's like he goes ape shit crazy. He's throwing, but like him and Kylo have a fight, but Kylo is nowhere near ready for this man. And they gotta run with the tail, and he's fucking livid. And that's how you end episode 7.
Yo.
Damn.
Yo, Maki, right? We just got blessed.
Right?
Episode 7.
Wow.
I'll give you a gem. You know who I would have put in Rogue One?
Who?
Ahsoka.
Oh, yeah. Yo, are you ready? Are you watching Mandalorian?
I'm watching it. I'm glad what they're doing, but I would have killed Ahsoka in Rogue One.
Now I need to know why. Now I need to know that story.
Just to fucking do it. Just to do it. I mean, we gotta lay groundwork. Just how heartbreaking would that have been to see Ahsoka whipping ass and then Vader just dead the girl. Yeah. But anyway.
I don't like this.
Savage.
I mean, they're all supposed to die beforehand. They're all supposed. Everyone's got a lot of explaining. I get it. I love seeing Ahsoka after the shit, but everyone's got a lot of explaining to do if we're going to keep on finding Jedi kicking around while Luke was the only man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Luke and Yoda are the only ones kicking.
With as poppin' as Mandalorian is, we need to get you on that.
I agree. Like, come on,
bro. He knows the shit.
I know. I nerd out for real, bro. I really like in the rules. That's what I try and tell people. Like, you got to respect the source material.
Yes.
You gotta. You can't just change it. One of the biggest, the fact that they just changed, like that they made now Star Wars Legends, that they removed the canon, is crazy. Yeah. Especially when you look at the Marvel formula. Oh, y'all kids like Marvel? Yeah. Well, we're gonna do. What's your favorite comic? We love Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. All right, we're gonna do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, Star Wars kids, y'all like Star Wars? Yeah. What's your favorite one? Oh, fucking this one and that one. And okay, we'll do that. What's your favorite book? All right.
You get found out quick. You get found out quick if you ain't real.
What the bigger risk when I remade Superfly, I came at it with nerd logic. I'm not going to risk not just removing something I don't think works.
Yeah.
So when you look at the original Superfly and you look at new Superfly, all the same characters come back. They all have pretty much the same story arc. You know what I'm saying? We respect the original story, and then once we do that, then after we've touched on what's happened in the original, then we begin to expand. Then we go, you know what I mean? Like, or we really get it. All right, exactly. Like we treat it very respectfully, so no one can come. So the original Superfly, he got attacked by 2 junkies, and that's what made him say he wanted to get out the game.
Mm-hmm.
So as we update it, if you're in the position, especially because we had to up the money, $1 million ain't enough. So we're like, if you want to get tens of millions of dollars, if you're in the position that's a conversation, you're not anywhere near no junkies. So then we had to say, all right, well, junkies are in the drug game. So let's make the conflict happen with people. It has to be people within the drug. It's not just some beef with random people. It's people in the drug world that makes him say, I need out. So that's where we turned it into rival drug dealers and expanded the world a bit. But it was respectful and adherent to the source material. And what happens is these properties get so big, and then you get people in who don't really love it. They think they love it because they kind of liked it, but they don't love it. They don't nerd out. They can't have no trivia about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They don't live on. And if you don't live in that level of it, you can't then maybe direct something, but you shouldn't be writing that. You shouldn't be in charge of this shit.
Yeah. And
look at The Mandalorian. They got real nerds in charge of that shit, and look where we at.
Hell yeah. It's gangster. Yeah. It's the best right now. Yeah.
Everyone loves it. Everyone loves it for good reason. Because that extra nerd shit is that's what brought us in. They don't understand. They don't understand what they let's get all those little words, things they said from the first Star Wars and show them in Solo. Oh, we'll do the Kessel Run, and we're answering a bunch of questions that no one asked. When it's not about answering questions, it's about making new questions. Just one line. I use Star Wars when I explain to people world building.
Yeah.
You know, the Senate, the Emperor dissolved the Senate. Never comes up again. Oh, your father fought with me in the Clone Wars. Doesn't come up again. Feel me?
Yeah.
Big world building things that they've created entire worlds out of. That's real nerd shit. And that's that they're not real nerds. Unfortunately, they're not real nerds.
Bruh, tell it.
Spicy.
Yo, this is lit. I love it. I'm so hyped.
Holy shit.
Hey, I gotta ask you real quick because we're cutting it close, and I know you gotta go. Before we get back to AEW, I want to get back to AEW real quick, but I would be remiss because it's one of my favorite videos of the year, and everybody that heard that I was doing this interview, it's in the video. Drake is coming up with the idea in Pop Star, but I know you're a writer yourself. Can you just how did that video conceptualize?
So Drake is very, very involved in a lot of videos. He'll have ideas for it. Sometimes, like, I don't have an idea. What do you got? And this is one of those ones. He's like, all right. He knew he wanted to do that opening scene, and he knew he wanted Justin to lip sync, be him.
All right.
And then so things like that is when, as a director, it's flushing out ideas. You know, there's especially in music videos. Sometimes you come up with the idea. Sometimes you execute an idea. Sometimes you have to flush out ideas where it's just like, you know, I got this I want to do, or I got that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was with Pop Star. All right, well, what are we going to do? How can we show this? How can we be fun? How can we hit all the different things that make a pop star a pop star? So, all right, he wakes up and, you know what I'm saying? Goes downstairs, he's having a party, he goes to a fitting / rehearsal, and like all that stuff. And then I called up my friend King Batch to get involved. And he really brought a lot of the comedy and the fun and all those influencers guys to come in. So it was just a lot of fun. Just and the right thing. Like we need real entertainment nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. Video of the year, man. Video of the year for me. AEW collab. The visuals is dope. We want more. Like the fact that there's stuff sitting on the editing table right now. I need that itch to get edited so we can see more. Anything else you want to tell the people that are watching about AEW and what you got coming down the pipeline, my man?
I mean, it's an inspiring story, inspiring set, and entertaining. Like I didn't know that I still loved wrestling. That's how these guys go and do these things that they do. So check that out. Yeah, go tell TNT and AEW that you want more.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Tell them you want more. There's a lot more to share.
Hell yeah.
Yo, I love it, X. Thank you for your time. I'm sorry we maybe went a little bit over, but I'd love to have you again talk about Fella. Am I saying it right,
Bring
Fella?
it back, baby. We got lots of nerdisms to go through. We still ain't touched on Star Trek.
Bruh.
There's a lot to talk about, baby. There's a
Any
lot
day, all the time. I want to take you to a con with me, NYCC or Comic-Con. We got to go, man.
I love it. I love it. I'm down. I'm saying, bro, real nerd shit. This is important.
Real nerd shit. Appreciate you, brother. That Director X, show him love. Show All Elite Wrestling AEW love. Me and Maki are going to go into a little bit more talking about it right now, but we got to let Director X go because that was his time, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Bless up. Good to be here, y'all. Talk to y'all.
My man.
Bless.
Booyaka. There you go. My man, Director X. Just an exciting interview. We went off a little bit on a tangent. We wanted this to be like a whole All Elite Wrestling video, but shout out to All Elite Wrestling, AEW. Me and Maki, we're big fans. You know what I'm saying? They're killing it. And this collab and the fact that we got the info that there's a lot sitting on the editing table, all the footage they got, Maki, has me excited. And bruh, like are they gonna do something with it, right?
I personally, for my wishes, I selfishly wish for a documentary because of course, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially with how groundbreaking AEW has been within a little over a year. Mm-hmm. I think that would be what a perfect kind of way to just like bring them in and be like, hey, we're here, we're contenders. Look at all the cool shit that we do.
Yeah, they're exciting. They're fresh. They have just people of all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? It's not the cookie cutter stuff. You know, we still watch that other program. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say their name. You know, but it's refreshing. You know what I'm saying? And it's representation. It's just, you know, it's something, you know, we need a Coke and a Pepsi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's good to see something that is different, that I think really takes care to listen to fans and also study fans while still keeping the core of what it is, which is pro wrestling, what we all are communing for. So I definitely love this direction. I love that they brought in Director X. I think that is just so, it's cool. It's fresh. It makes me excited for whatever else they have.
Totally. And as we kind of flipped the knob, you know, as we were having that conversation, it just kind of showed how much he appreciates the source material. Like, I want him to now do everything. Like, we totally like went on this tangent with Star Wars, but you see the nerd love. Like, he will show love to the source material. He'll go hard. He's not just gonna take the paycheck and work on this and just get a script. He's gonna dig deep. He's gonna know the roots of it, and that's what you want out of a real filmmaker. At least I know for myself personally. I just don't want to, you know, somebody's just gonna, you know, not really show the love towards the real content. Also, why are you touching it? You know what I'm saying? Come up with new shit. Go ahead, have your day with new shit all you want. But if you're doing something that has a history, I need a cat that's gonna show love to that history. You feel me?
Yeah. 1000%. And with him talking about just like his love for early old school anime, like I would be curious to see him direct this new Cowboy Bebop that's coming up. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, man. Listen. And again, because he knows about how we haven't gotten that representation. You know, there's this Akira film that, you know, that they're supposed to drop, and they were going to switch it with Leo and all that crap. I knew if my man was behind this joint, if he was on the Akira project, he wouldn't have that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the cat you want, you know, that's not going to flip it and go to, you know, the you know, much respect to the white cast, but you know, that's not going to flip it white. They're not going to whitewash the joint. He's going to get a real cat behind there to be Canada and all the different characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not going to play. Like, that's what I want, man. And that was just, I love that interview. I love that how he went in. He fanboyed with us. He's a true nerd of color. So shout out to the NOC that is Director X, man. Appreciate your time, brother. Really appreciate you coming on. And AEW, again, giving us that heat. They brought us Nyla Rose. We got to speak with, you know, Nyla. And then hopefully we'll have some big ones down the pike. You know, we worked that a little bit. Y'all might not see that or hear that because, you know, I got to edit certain things. But, you know, my girl Maki might come with something real soon. Just dopeness, man. Love it. Yo, Maki, always a pleasure seeing you too, girl.
It's good to see you. Thank you.
Let's tell everybody out there watching how they can, follow you online and all the goodness you dropping. Because you got like girls like Rosario Dawson, who's one of my favorite actors in Hollywood, peeping your shit. You got Nyla, peeping your shit.
Goodbye, Pat.
Look at that love. I got love for you, and I love that the big people that we love got love for you too. You know what I'm saying? I always rep for you, girl. So tell them how they can follow you if they're not doing it already, because they need to.
I am all over the World Wide Web. I'm on Twitter at Maki Roll OFC. I'm on Instagram at Maki Roll Official. You got to write the whole thing out. And I am on Twitch streaming games and variety things at Maki Streams.
Yes, please follow my girl. She's insane. She's amazing. And if you try to check her, she'll come right back with you. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's a lot of these these weeds who want to check a female. You know what I'm saying? These cats that want to check a female think they don't know ish, that they just you just hot.
Trying to text. They be trying to test my gangster, but
bruh. And you tell them.
I try. But I promise I'm nice. I'm very nice on the internet.
But yeah, but don't test the girl, man. Like, and I love it. I'm like, yo, go in. Yo, that's my girl, Maki Roll. I appreciate you as always. Love you. I am your boy, Kuya P, aka at Temple Far East and at Strange Since 1977. That's my Twitter and IG. You can always find me here at the Nerds of Color. It's at the Nerds of Color all the way, Twitter, IG, Facebook, all of that. At New Release Wednesday and at the NRW. That's my Nerd Sphere, everything channel. And at Show Pow Show, that's my new joint where I'm talking and representing my Filipino culture, bringing cats with the amazing Ates. Shout out to Cataphoric and Viva Valentina. We doing it big, trying to just rep with all the work we doing in the business. Filipinos, if you've been to the hospital, you've met a Filipino. We've taken care of y'all for a long time. Now it's about time to learn about what we doing outside of all of that. Show Pow Show. So mad love to y'all. Thank you for checking us out. Love you, Maki. We are the Nerds of Color, and we are out of here. All right.
No,